Okay, I'm not gonna waste your time in this video. This video is about how to remove your phone addiction, how to remove doom scrolling out of your lifestyle, and how to actually lead to the path of focus. So I've made this a little, if you can see, I've done this much of research. So buckle the fuck up, let's go into it. I'm not gonna waste your time in this video. I'm gonna speak a lot because I've done a lot of research. So watch this video till end, and if you implement all these strategies, let me tell you something. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you a 30 days plan that you can implement. And if you implement that 30 days plan, you will be, and if you follow all the strategies, you will be out of this doom scrolling habit, and you won't scroll after this. Alright, so let's begin into it, and let's talk about what is doom scrolling. So doom scrolling, when you ask me what is doom scrolling means, let's suppose this is my phone, right? This is my phone, and whenever I'm bored, I don't have anything to do. Maybe it could be I'm stressed, I don't have anything to do, or maybe I'm little tensed, or maybe I'm just feeling very bored. I don't have anything to do. So what I will do is I will open TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, and I will just start fucking scrolling like this. That's it. That's what you call doom scrolling. You don't know like what are you scrolling and what are you looking for. Maybe you're looking for that video, like one video that would give you a lot of dopamine, that's gonna give you the maximum dopamine hit. That's I guess what you're looking for. Or maybe you're just passing your time. That's what you call doom scrolling. The word in doom means like you're fucking fucked up in your brain and you don't know like what are you looking for. That's what you call doom scrolling. What's the benefit? You don't have any benefit, but the companies, they want the exact same thing. They want you, the person who's watching the video, the whole fucking world, I guess 4 or 5 billion people who are using phone, they want them, when they're feeling tensed, to fucking use their phone again and come back to their app. That's what the companies want. And you, I guess, you motherfucker, you're doing the same thing. You don't know like what are you doing with your life, and what are you doing? You fucking open your phone and you start giving them data. You know what they say? If something is free, you are the product. This is what's happening with doom scrolling, and your fucking attention span is decreasing. I don't even know like why people do it, because I see it on buses all the fucking time. People don't even watch the whole reel. You know what they do? They open the reel like this, scroll, 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 scroll. 1 second. They watch for like 1 or 2 seconds, scroll, scroll, scroll. What the fuck are you looking for? If you want to, pass your time, at least watch the whole fucking video. You don't even do that. You watch the fucking video for like 2 or 3 seconds, scroll, scroll. I don't know like what the fuck are you looking for, but the reward that you're looking for is novelty. You're looking for that dopamine hit because your dopamine level right now is fucking at this, which like your normal level should be at this, but your right now is this. That's why your attention span is on the fucking decrease. A normal attention span right now average is 8 seconds. And trust me on this, there are not studies right now, but in future it's gonna fucking decrease to like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Can you imagine like what's happening with that? Your attention span, you can't even fucking, most of the motherfuckers that I see, most of the friends, most of my university mates, they can't fucking read books. Let me tell you what book I'm reading right now. I'm reading this book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I don't know, but most of the people, they can't fucking read a book. And that's what you call brain drain. Your brain is literally getting drained. Even if you try to multitask, you know what's happening? Let's suppose when you scrolled for 1 hour, and then after that you were like, okay, which is very hard to do, and you were like, okay, let me not, use my phone now. I'm not gonna scroll. I'm gonna work now. You know what? Even if you scrolled an hour before, that is what you call brain drain. Your brain is still gonna be fucking thinking about that the scrolling that you did an hour before. That's why they say rich people, they protect their mornings. They don't scroll in the morning. I keep saying in all of my videos, in all of my YouTube shorts, in all of my Instagram reels, in all my TikTok reels, TikTok videos, that you have to fucking protect your mornings. If you don't protect your mornings, the attention that you give to somebody else, if somebody else controls you, if someone else like controls your attention, he controls your fucking mind. That's what you call brain drain. Brain drain means even if you scrolled before, and then if you say to your mind that yes, I will be now focusing, you know what's gonna happen? Your brain is still gonna be thinking about that. That's what you call brain drain. Yeah, I'm literally serious about that. I'm not kidding. Why do you think I'll be kidding? And that's the same thing that happens with multitasking too. When you multitask, there are studies showing this, that when you start doing multitasking, you know what happens? Your attention span, it's not about attention span, your attention is not fully focused on one task. When you start multitasking, the first task that you're doing and the second task, let's name it as A and B, the two tasks that you're doing right now, you won't be having full attention. This is what happens in workplaces, this is what happens in schools too. There are studies showing this, that when you do multitasking, you won't be giving, yeah, it's working logical too, right, that you won't be giving your full attention to both of the tasks. But there are studies showing this, that if you do those tasks alone without thinking that I'm doing both of these tasks, so there's a situation in which you're doing two tasks at once, and there's a situation in which you're doing two tasks but you're not doing it once. You're doing firstly the first task and you're doing the second task afterwards. In the second situation, in which you're doing the tasks, you know, independent of each other, you will be having more focus and you will be having more productivity. That's what you call attention switching. If you're doing two tasks continuously and you're doing two tasks together, you won't be giving your full attention to both of these tasks. So there's no fucking use of it. Most of the people say that, you know, you should be like increasing your multitasking skills, but there are literally studies showing this, that multitasking is not very helpful if you want to be very productive, and if you want to increase your focus, and if you want to work very deeply into a task. But I mean, that's what I guess we are doing right now. Most of the people, what they do is they play YouTube videos and they start scrolling. That's what they do. They watch YouTube videos on the background because they just want some noise in the background, and they start scrolling on their phone. I don't know what's the purpose of that. I also used to do that. I'm not saying that I'm very I'm a very noble person, but I used to do that. But I also used to think that why am I using my phone right now? Like, I'm using my phone right now like this, but on the background I played YouTube. What's that playing for? Because I was a student and I had to save electricity. That's why I used to think that, why am I playing TV? I mean, I should turn that off, right? But now that I'm thinking about it, I used to fucking be a doom scroller as well. I used to, my attention span was low as well. And I don't even know, most of the people, they can't even, as I mentioned in the starting of the video, most of the people, they can't even watch, and they can't even read books. They can't even read books. And there's the thing that most people talk about, I am more comfortable with screen reading. There's I guess software, or maybe no software, it's a hardware. It's a computer something, right? It's I guess tablet something. It's called Kindle, and people read books on that. And there's literally studies showing this, that screen reading is not as effective as normal reading. As normal reading from these books, literally books, that screen reading is not as effective as normal reading. So if you want to read, and if you want to increase your attention span, if you're fond of reading, please start reading on books. And now you might be thinking, I don't have any books, I only download books on PDF. Please save some money, buy some books. If you don't have money, buy some cheap ass books from Facebook Marketplace. There are many meta-analysis too. They show that if you compare digital books versus if you compare the normal books, the books like this, which are printed books, your comprehension, so that means how much you absorb those books, would be less in digital books as compared to the normal books. So if you want to increase your comprehension, what I would recommend you to do is buy some physical books. If you don't have money, get some, as I mentioned, get some books from Facebook Marketplace, or maybe if you don't really have money, go to a public library and print these books, print those notes. That's what I would recommend. But there are literally meta-analysis which shows your comprehension is very less if you compare digital books and those like normal books. But let's talk about what are the solutions. Now that we know what are the symptoms of doom scrolling and what should we not do for that, let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about solutions, how to really stop this doom scrolling cycle, how to really stop your cycle of picking a phone at any moment, start scrolling for like fucking hours and then getting your brain fogged and not making your day as productive as you could be. Let's talk about solutions now. So the first solution is, as I talked about, reading books. Because if you don't read books, your attention span is going to be low. And if you want to consume content, some of the people, what they do, that I want to listen to something and I want to grasp some knowledge from internet. So what I would do is I would listen to podcasts and I would listen to, audiobooks. That's good. I'm not saying, they are bad. But if you want to really increase your attention span as well, start reading books. I can't emphasize enough on this, but there are fucking many benefits of reading books. If you want to be reading books, what is a book? A book is someone's fucking life. They have written their own experiences, what they have been through, how much they, spend their money on this, they spend their money on this, how much they lost their money. Their life lessons. They are telling their literal life lessons that if you do this, you will happen this, like this thing would happen. So I can't emphasize, but reading books, you're literally, someone just wrote their entire life for you. For how much? For 30 or like 20 or $30, maximum 40 or $50. I can't emphasize enough on this, but start reading. Number 2, what is the second solution? Start writing. So now you may be thinking, I'm not an author, what should I fucking write? Motherfucker, you're a human, right? And you're a full-grown adult. You know what you have to write? You have to fucking start journaling. Start journaling. Start writing about your day. Start writing what happened in your day today. Start writing. Like, this happened, I'm grateful for this. I woke up at this time, I accomplished this things that I wanted to do today. I had this, to-do list today, and I crossed these many things that I want to do today. Write everything and, express your emotions. Express like what you want to talk to your future self, because those books, the journal that you make, your future self is gonna fucking read. Imagine you are writing something to your future self, and your future self will be, seeing the same thing that you wrote, your past self. I can't emphasize enough on this, but if you don't know like what to write, I can tell you lots of things that I wrote over here. Start journaling, start studying, start writing notes about if you're studying somewhere, start writing notes. Draw something, like draw art, start drawing, start keep your brainstorming. Like, if you want to make your ideas clear, if you want to make your thoughts clear, write something. If you don't even have like anything to do, just start. Yes, start writing your brain dump. What are you thinking right now? What do you want to do in future? Anything that's going in your mind, start writing it. Start outlining, start writing flowcharts, write about anything, but please start writing. This is the second solution. And the third solution is revive your brain. What do I mean by that? Revive your brain. So how are you gonna revive your brain, and how are you gonna revive your attention span? You know what they say? There's a very famous quote. It says, sleep is your attention multiplier. Sleep is your attention multiplier. If you want to multiply your attention, you know what you have to do? You have to fucking sleep. And if you don't get good sleep, you know what's gonna happen? You're not gonna increase your attention. But if you want to increase your attention, you have to fucking get a good night's sleep. What's stopping from you having a good night's sleep? Your scrolling habits, that you scroll on the bed before sleeping. You scroll everywhere, motherfucker. You scroll on fucking while talking to someone. You scroll while, what do you say? Like, if you're, talking to someone, or maybe if you're sitting alone as well. If you're sitting alone, if you don't have anything to do, even if you have like lots of work to do, you still scroll. That's what I'm saying. You're a fucking brokey. Your motherfucking brain is fucked up. This is the thing that I'm telling you. If you want to be increasing your attention span, you have to have good night sleep. You have to build a good nighttime routine. Let me tell you about myself. What's included in my nighttime routine? So when I sleep, you know what I do? I don't fucking scroll in my bedroom. I kept a different scrolling area. I go in my living room if I want to, scroll. I have like two. Sometimes I have three, but most of the times I have two scroll times. That maybe I'll wake up, maybe I'll go at 12 p.m. in the noon, and I'll scroll over there for like fucking 5 or 10 minutes. Then I'll scroll again at 6 p.m. for just entertainment, because I have to like get entertained as well. So I have kept my scroll times that I can only scroll at these times. Sometimes I increase like 2 times, sometimes I increase 3 times, but I scroll in my living room, and I don't scroll in my bedroom. But before my nighttime, this is my nighttime routine, I don't scroll, because if you scroll, you're getting those dopamine hits, because you don't know. Let's suppose you're about to sleep and you get that one video that gave you a fucking loads of attention, loads of dopamine. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna be able to fucking sleep. You're gonna be like checking the comments, or you're gonna be feeling you're getting those dopamine hits, and you won't be able to sleep at the time that you wanted to sleep. If you want to sleep at 10, and if you saw that video at 9:30, what are you gonna do? Do you think you would be able to sleep as perfectly as you could have slept? No, right? So that's what I'm saying. You should not scroll before bed, and you should focus on your nighttime routine. And in your nighttime routine, you should have, if you like, that depends on everyone. I have my different nighttime routine. You could be having your different nighttime routine. In my nighttime routine, I don't scroll. I just take my supplements, or drink my water. What else do? I talk to like someone. Maybe it could be my friend, it could be like someone else. If you have a girlfriend, you could be talking to her, and you could be saying to her too that don't scroll in the night. If you want to scroll in the afternoon, but don't scroll in the night with me. You just have humanly conversations. Just have good conversations. If you want to do something else with your girlfriend at night, that's on you. But I'm telling you, if you want to be scrolling at night, if you scroll at night, you won't be having a good sleep. And sleep, what did I tell about sleep? Sleep is our attention multiplier. So have good sleep. This is the third solution. And now let's begin for the fourth solution. The fourth solution is your own mind. What do you mean by your own mind? Add friction in fucking everywhere. So how do you fucking scroll? How do you scroll? What's your framework of scrolling? You scroll when you don't have anything to do. Let's suppose I'm sitting, and let's suppose I'm not recording this video. I'm sitting like this, my phone is over here, when I don't have anything to do. If I'm you know what I would do? I would pick up my phone and I would start scrolling. This is what I would do. But what if I put this phone in a bag, and I put this phone in the bag of phone in a fucking drawer? Do you think that's gonna increase a little bit of the friction? Do you think that's gonna increase a little bit of friction? That's what those apps do too. There are many famous apps that I'm not gonna take names, but they do the same thing. They like lock your apps. They lock Instagram, they lock TikTok. Why? Because they want to keep you separated, and they want to add a little bit of friction. That's what they do. That's a really good way. I'm not saying that's not a good way, but that's a really good way. If you want to pay subscription for those apps, you can do that. But if you don't want to be paying any subscription, what you have to do is you have to control your own mind, and you have to be adding friction every fucking where. Add friction. The more friction you add, it could be like turning your phone's color to grayscale. That's the best advice that I would give it to you. That's what I did to my phone too. I changed the color. I went in the settings. You can Google that, how to do that. I went into the settings, and I saw like how to how to change the settings to color, change the color from normal colors to gray. So right now my phone is just black and white. You know what happens with that? Once you have that settings, you won't be getting dopamine hits from all the colors, because there's a color psychology behind all those apps as well, all those apps icons too. There's a color psychology that blue does this, red does this, yellow does this. If you won't be seeing any color, your phone is going to be very boring to you, and you won't be fucking seeing anything. How smart is that? If you don't use any tricks from this video, the one trick that I want you to do is, after this video, don't fucking skip the video right now. After watching this video, go to Google how to do that setting, because you could be having a different phone. Go to Google how to change that setting for my phone, and do that, and tell me. Do it for 1 or 2 days and tell me how do you feel about that. All right, so this was the third solution. Was it third or fourth? I don't know, but this was a solution that add friction. So what's the next part? The next part is your 30 days plan. Now that I told you all the tricks, all of my knowledge that do this, implement this. Now I'm gonna give you a 30-day plan. I'm gonna read it off here because I wrote everything over here. I'm gonna give you a 30-day plan of what you have to do for these 30 days. Does it look like a challenge? Are you man enough, or are you woman enough to accept my challenge? If you said yes, then I'm gonna tell you. If you said no, I'm gonna tell you again. I'm still gonna tell you, because this is my video and I control the laws here. So day 1 to 3, you know what you have to do? You have to stop bleeding. You have to stop bleeding in day 1 to 3. So for first 3 days, what you have to do is, you have to keep your phone out of your reach. So if I'm sitting over here, maybe I'll keep it at my arm's distance, or maybe I'll keep it somewhere else, but face upward down, or maybe I'll keep it at a different room. This is the best thing that I do, because even if you keep the phone face upward downs, there are studies showing that your attention is still over there, because you want to touch it. So a little part of your attention is still going over there, because you can literally see it right now. But if you keep it outside of your range, that you can't even see it, preferably keep it at a different room, in a different room. That's the best thing that I can tell you. So this is what you have to do. You have to keep your phone out of your reach, and you have to keep scroll windows that I can only scroll at 12, maybe I can only scroll at 6, or maybe I can only scroll at 9. And no scrolling in the morning. As I told you, you know what rich people do? You want to be rich, right? You want to make money. You want to help your family in money, right? So if you want to make money, you want to be rich, you have to protect your mornings. And how do you protect your mornings? You don't have to fucking scroll. No scrolling in the morning. So now we're going to be talking about day 4 to 10. The day 4 to 10 is, as you protect your morning, now you protected your morning, from day 1 to 3. So this is day 4th now. And for day 4th, you have to start deep work block, that you would be working on your business, on yourself, on your body for first 1 or 2 hours without your phone. No scrolling in the morning. Without your phone, you would be working on your business. And you have to start reading for 10 or 15 minutes a day. 10 or 15 minutes a day you have to start reading. What else? Yes, now you have to implement one more thing that I'm going to tell you. If-else implementation. What is if-else implementation? That is, if I find myself scrolling for like fucking 5 or 10 minutes outside of my scroll window, you know what I'm gonna do? If I do this, I'm gonna do this. If I find myself scrolling outside of my scroll window for like 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe 30 minutes or hours, I'm gonna do 50 push-ups. I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. So this is if-else implementation. This is the best thing that I can tell you. If you want to be stopping your scrolling right now, after this video, if you start scrolling, even if you watch like 3 or 4 videos after this, let me tell you something. If you watch 3 or 4 videos after this, which are not about your niche, which are not about your business, which are not about your bodybuilding, you have to fucking do 50 push-ups. Yes, I said it. You have to do 50 push-ups. So this was day 4 to 10. And now if you talk about day 11 to 20, what do you have to do? You have to increase the reading block. So previously you used to, day 4 to 10, you used to read for like 10 or 15 minutes. Now you would be reading for like 20 or 25 minutes. You have to fucking keep increasing this, man. Once you start reading for like 5 minutes, increasing to 10 minutes. increase it to 15 minutes, increase it to 20 minutes, because reading never stops. A man who cannot read, he's fucking stupid. I was about to throw a quote, but I forgot the quote. But leave about that. What else do you have to do in 11 to 20? The day 11 to 20. No phone during these places. No phone during washroom. No phone during eating. No phone during talking to someone. Come on, man. That's very normal, right? That's like fucking common sense. Why would you be using your phone while talking to someone? Some people do. I hope you're not one of them. But I'm telling you something. No phone during talking to someone, and no phone in your bedroom. This is day 11 to 20. No phone in your gym as well. No phone. No. Fucking, I guess I did a mistake. No headphones in gym. Because when you listen to music in gym, there's a strange feeling that I get. I'm telling about myself. If I'm listening to weird ass music, you know what's gonna happen? Even if I'm listening to like good music, I'm not gonna be feeling very sociable. I'm not gonna be, very sociable to all the people. So I mean, it's like, according to me, that you should not wear headphones in gym. I mean, but if you want to, don't listen to music that gives you a lot of dopamine. That's what I'm telling you. This could be like very controversial, but that's on you. So day 21 to 30, make it, this is the most important one, and this gonna save you. This is gonna save your life. What is it? Make it identity based. That I'm a person who reads every day, who reads daily, and who writes daily, and who doesn't scroll. Who reads daily, who writes daily, and who doesn't scroll. So you have to read daily, you have to write something. You could be like reading any book, and you could be writing about anything. It could be like, you could be starting drawing. It could be like, doing your journal. You could be like, and you don't have to scroll every day. That's the type of identity that you have to keep. That I'm this kind of person who doesn't scroll, who reads, and who writes. It could be like the maximum and the minimum that you have today, that you have to do in day 21 to 30 is 30 to 35 minutes of reading, 20 to 30 minutes of writing. Yes. And 2 scroll windows. You have to keep like 2 scroll windows. No bedroom, like you won't be taking any phone in your bedroom. No scrolling in bedroom. And you have to add a lot of friction while you're working. While you're doing your deep work, you would be adding a lot of friction. So this was everything. If you implement all these strategies, I can fucking guarantee it. I'm willing to bet my, I was about to say life, but I don't trust you motherfuckers. I'm willing to bet my $10 on it. That if you implement all these strategies, there's no way that you will be a doom scrolling loser. And if you want to dive deep into this, what more strategies that I give out, check the link in the description or click the link in my bio. I have written also an ebook that implements, that also helps you increasing your focus, your dopamine, and it removes your phone addiction. So I have many strategies over there that you would be using, and the link is in description. And tell me in the comments, how did you like this full guide, and how did you find all the strategies? And if you're using any other strategies, also mention this in the comments. Bye bye.